Oh, we got a new one from Campervan Kevin. He is there in the Phoenix area, staying not too far from that lady we don't talk about. He's got his big Class A camper parked there somewhere, and his friend Felix, his old friend Felix, which he hasn't seen in 3 or 4 years, from Athens, Georgia, has come to say hello. Felix is his old buddy there when he used to have his little can't what was his little compound. He had a compound, apparently a little compound there near Athens, Georgia, and he and Felix were staying there for many years. Anyway, Campervan Kevin sold the compound a while back and moved out west to New Mexico, now to Arizona. And Felix is still living somewhere in the Athens area, I think. We haven't heard much about Felix over the last few years, but apparently Kevin and him are now kind of reunited. So Kevin does say that he's got some appointments, some medical appointments, and some scans, and he's still doing the stuff, the vaping and the whatever, the edibles and the vaping, and yeah, so. The back pain. He said he has a lot of back pain. That's basically what his main symptom is, and he is thinking positive thoughts, and that's pretty much all we know. He didn't give us any other really substantial updates about what's going on, but he says he gets a bit loopy from the various substances that he's been taking, and that's why he hasn't been doing a lot of videos. But anyway, we get to see a lot of the wolf pack. Tucker, Baby, May May, and Martini there in the new video there with Felix. This is a very interesting article in today's Washington Post. Snow maps are all over social media. How seriously should you take them? Apparently there's a big snowstorm coming next week that could dump upwards of a foot or two all the way through the megalopolis from Washington up to Boston, and it might happen, it might not happen, who knows. But the thing you see and one of the number of the channels that I do watch a lot are the weather channels. A lot of people are, some amateur meteorologists, sometimes professional meteorologists, sometimes meteorologists from television stations, sometimes 15-year-old kids who think they're meteorologists. There are dozens and dozens of weather channels now. Direct Weather is, I think, one I watch a lot. It's a guy who's in Virginia Beach or something. He's pretty good. But everybody does the hype thing, okay? Hyping weather gets you views, and there's all these different models, the British model, the Canadian model, the American model, the whatever model, and they all look at all the different models in the simulations, and, they're all different, and it's like scare, whatever. Anyway, yeah, so apparently the Washington Post reports that only they want to be the ones that are hyping the weather, okay? They have this thing called the Capital Weather Gang at the Washington Post, and they love to hype weather too, and they're mad that other people are hyping weather and competing with them. No! We're real meteorologists, and we are the only ones who should be able to hype the weather. All those other crazy people, all those 15-year-olds in their mom's basements there who have YouTube channels with 100,000 subscribers, they shouldn't be able to hype the weather. They don't know what they're talking about, but we do. James Spann, a meteorologist for WBMA, the ABC affiliate in Birmingham, Alabama, says some of these kids or whoever, these unofficial meteorologists, sometimes have a lot of power. Some people will cancel a vacation because they saw on Facebook that there's a big snowstorm coming. People have even canceled their elective surgery because of what some kid said on YouTube or something, It's a 15-year-old kid sitting in the basement posting maps. I don't know, they're just as accurate, I think, as the big TV meteorologists. You know that. You watch local TV weather, and they just love to hype. They'll do the weather at, say, 6:20, but then, from 5 to 6:20, they keep coming on. Big snow in the forecast this weekend? ? Stay tuned, So, yeah, so so it does make it sound like the official meteorologist. Well, I'm a real meteorologist. You shouldn't watch any of those fake meteorologists. Anyway, good article. And anyway, what weather channels do you watch? Do you think any of them, there's a lot of YouTube-y weather channels, local, and yeah, so check them out, but are any of them that accurate? They're all about the same. Sometimes they get it right, and sometimes they don't. So, a lot of these channels, Weatherman Plus, Pow, Ponder on the Weather, a whole bunch of channels anyway, so yeah, some of them are actually from, oh, look at her, 40 million views. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, check it out, all the weather channels out there. There are a lot of them, and yeah. But I think the one I tend to watch the most is a guy by the name of Direct Web. I'm getting a little tired of him. He constantly hypes his Patreon page and special features on his Patreon page. Oh yeah. But anyway, look at that. Potential storm, major, always put the question mark in. Upcoming multiple storms. Oh my. Ah! Letters. We were talking about how Inspirational Nomad was talking about how Florida is the place to be for nomads. Anyway, Terry B says, Florida is too sticky and buggy. No, thank you. Much of the state has become overcrowded. The only area I'd be curious about is St. Augustine or maybe the other side of the state near Cedar Key. Not to camp, just a vacation condo. A number of nomads say that. It's crowded. It's very crowded. You got a lot of cities there. It's very urban. It's hard to boondock. The campgrounds are full. It's just a difficult place to, it's not quite as wild and open as the West is. Much more high density. And then, of course, there's the humidity and the gigantic bugs. We were talking about the chillier weather out west, yeah, in Arizona and whatever. CJ92345 says, I'm in the Southern California desert. The cold and wind is miserable right now. I was talking about maybe going to Phoenix sometime this spring, maybe sometime in May. Deb and the Desert Dog says it's very hot in Phoenix in May. You just went to see you-know-who in shorts. You know who we don't talk about. Only cool weather the cool weather months are December through March, occasionally November and April. Yeah, I don't know. The people I want to meet, there's air conditioning in the cars, there's air conditioning in the houses. I don't know. It just seems, I'd like to do that. I don't know. We'll see. But I already got the shorts on here in North Carolina, and it's only in the 50s today. Coley Hope says she used to watch Rob Little House Off Grid. All the time, but since he got off the road, I have no interest in off-grid living. However, his clickbait titles are funny. They're very funny. In fact, I just sit and like to watch his clickbait titles. I don't need to watch the darn videos. KCADV wants to know who will be the first nomad to start crying about the coming fuel price increase. Say hello to $6 a gallon minimum. Yeah, well, I do think states like California that'll probably go up. I don't know. Here in North Carolina, we're sneaking up into the mid-2s. We had dropped below $2 a gallon end of last year, and now we're back up to like $2.50, $2.60. But you go to these other states that have much higher gas taxes, and yeah, they're going to be paying $3, $4, $5 a gallon pretty soon, I'm sure. Ron C. says Dave RV Life's van has no wheels and no engine. Really? I don't know. He showed a picture of a white van that he bought in his chat last night, and I did not watch the whole chat. I am sorry, but I had some other things to do last night. But he did show a picture of it, but I assumed it had wheels and an engine. But if it doesn't, it's going to be quite a fixer-upper for him, huh? Yeah, we were talking about pit bulls, the Campulence Man's Lefty and Kelly Doyle's Sophie. Some wonderful pit bulls out there, and they're very friendly. And how I was watching Tank the Pit Bull there in Springfield, Virginia back a couple years ago, and how he didn't like rain. He didn't like the rain. Rain, he freaked out. Anyway, Travels from Doodah said, our pit bull named Trouble doesn't like rain, but has no problem with the snow or the ocean. Don't forget to subscribe to Travels from Doodah for non-vegan avocado toast recipes. I think Tank liked the snow. Snow wasn't a problem for him. When it snowed, he thought of it as something different, and he went out in it. But he didn't like the rain. Polly in Katy, Texas says, my granddoggy is a pit, and she refuses to walk when it's raining. Must be true. I read somewhere that pit bulls, for some reason, don't like the rain. Yeah. Marty says that I have a high ceiling here. I should build up. I know I could do that. I don't know. There's a lot of empty, wasted space up there. You think, including in the closet bedroom there. I don't know. Yeah, it's I like having that big empty space there, but put it. When I was in college, they had big dorm rooms with high ceilings, and kids would build lofts. But then that would kind of mess up the fan there. I don't know. And Tracy says I should put a huge YouTube wall decal in the closet. I like that. I like that. Somebody want to make me a giant, like one of these postery banner things with a giant YouTube logo on it, and I'll stick it in the closet. Not a bad idea, huh? Janina says, why do I hang t-shirts in the closet? I don't know. Some t-shirts, they deserve to be, with complicated designs on them. I'll hang those, but I could roll up. It's just, I only have so much space to put rolled up t-shirts, and so, there's more space there to hang stuff. So I thought I would just take some of the t-shirts and hang them, just because, if I rolled them all up, I'd run out of space, because there's only so much space in that closet to do that with. Unless I put up other shelves, and I'm not going to do that. Brian Garrow says, you are a frugal citizen when dumpster diving becomes a legitimate way to find household items. Yeah. My sister's apartment complex, they have a dumpster, and then they have an area around the dumpster, and people just put stuff not in the dumpster. If you got like a chair or a pillow or something, that isn't, it's nothing wrong with it. You just don't want it anymore. You're moving. You just stick it next to the dumpster, and people come by and take. She's gotten furniture. She got a nice little coffee table. Somebody was moving and they just stuck it next to the dumpster. Now, sometimes they will. There was a little stool that somebody threw in the dumpster here, and I just pulled it out and washed it off, and it's been very nice. Where do I have it? It's in, it's in the, I use it as my magazine rack in the bathroom, but it was very nice. It was very nice. But yeah, I don't dumpster dive for food or anything. No. But sometimes you see some interesting things laying there. And finally, we hear from Danny B, 1954. We spend more time with YouTube and other social media contacts than we do with our neighbors. So when one has difficulties, it's almost like a neighbor putting stuff on YouTube or something, right? Even when there is a group of people, many may be texting others that are not even there. In a few years, we may say to heck with people and chat with the computer. How do you feel today, Hal? Wasn't there a movie? Yes, there was a movie about that. Here's a movie, good movie. Her. It's called Her. Scarlett Johansson and Joaquin Phoenix. It's a 2013 science fiction romantic comedy directed by Spike Jonze. It's artificial intelligence. He basically, very, very shortly, talks to this woman via his computer or whatever, or phone, that he thinks is a real person, but it's just artificial intelligence. And it has the voice of Scarlett Johansson. Her name in the movie is Samantha. It's like she's a computer program. And it's like Siri or something, But you think it's a real person, but it's just a computer program, and he falls in love with her. Good movie called Her. Right, whatever. All right, everybody, that ought to do it. Thank you for watching Letters and More for the 27th of January, 2021. You all have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. 2021, yeah. The certain nomad that has the house in Illinois, whatever, who's down in Florida, his cat Jax has some sort of a murmur. So, anyway, that's what we wanted to report. Big news. Okay, breaking news. We have to get that in there. All right, thanks for watching. Vlog Under.